Let us get to know the description of addresses. So, in this lecture, we will talk about Ethernet address or MAC address, also known as the physical address. Then, we will see what is logical address, and after that, we will see what is a port address. What is a physical address? In order to communicate or transfer the data from one computer to another computer, we need some address. In computer network, various types of addresses are introduced. Each works at a different layer. Media access control address, that is a MAC address, is a physical address which works at data link layer. In this lecture, we will discuss about addressing in DLL, which is MAC addressing. The physical address, also known as the link address, is the address of a node as defined by its LAN or WAN. It is included in the frame used by the data link layer. It is the lowest level address. The physical address have authority over the network, that is LAN or WAN. The size and format of these addresses vary depending upon the network. For example, Ethernet uses a 6-byte, which is equivalent to 48 bits physical address that is imprinted on the network interface card, that is NIC. LocalTalk, that is Apple, however, has only a 1-byte dynamic address that changes each time the station comes up. MAC addresses are unique 48 bits hardware number of a computer, which is embedded into a network card, that is NIC, during the time of manufacturing. MAC address is also known as physical address of a network device. According to IEEE standard, data link layer is divided into two sublayers: logical link control sublayer, that is LLC, and media access control layer, that is MAC, out of which MAC address belongs to media access control sublayer. What is the format of a MAC address? As you can see at the bottom of the presentation, there is a 12-digit hexadecimal number, which is a 6-byte binary number, which is mostly represented by colon hexadecimal notation. First 6 digits, as you can see in the presentation, 3C, 5A, B4 of MAC address identifies the manufacturer, called as OUI, Organizational Unique Identifier. IEEE Registration Authority Committee assigns these MAC address to its registered vendors. For example, CC46D6 belongs to Cisco, 3C5A B4 belongs to Google, 3CD9 2B belongs to HP, etc. Now, the rightmost 6 digits, which are blank in this presentation, represents network interface controller, which is assigned by the manufacturer. As discussed earlier, MAC address is represented by colon hexadecimal notation. There are 3 types of MAC address: unicast, multicast, and broadcast. I will tell you in one sentence what these addresses mean. Unicast. A unicast addressed frame is only sent out to the interface leading to specific NIC. Multicast address allows the source to send a frame to a group of devices. Broadcast. Frames which are destined to MAC address FF, 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 6 times FF pair will reach every computer belonging to that LAN segment. So let us move on to next address, which is logical address. What are logical address? Logical addresses are necessary for universal communications that are independent of underlying physical networks. Physical addresses are not adequate in an internetwork environment where different networks can have different address formats. A universal addressing system is needed in which each host can be identified uniquely regardless of the underlying physical network. The logical addresses are designed for this purpose only. A logical address in the internet is currently a 32-bit address that can uniquely define a host connected to the internet. Make sure that this sentence which I am going to tell right now is very important. No two publicly addressed and visible hosts on the internet can have same IP address. Is it possible that you and your friend lives in the same house? In the same way, no two uniquely identifying devices can have same IP address. There are two types of IP address, IPv4, which means IP address version 4, and IP address version 6. IP address, that is IPv4, is further divided into 5 classes, class A to class E. We are going to discuss about these classes in the upcoming lectures. The next one is the port address. The IP address and the physical address are necessary for a quantity of data to travel from a source to the destination host. However, arrival at the destination host is not the final objective of data communications on the internet. A system that sends data from one computer to another computer is not complete. But how? Today, computers are devices that can run multiple processes at the same time. You might be using Gmail, simultaneously you might be using Microsoft Word, Office, or even playing a game. That is why the end objective of the internet communication is a process communicating with another process. For example, computer A can communicate with computer C by using Telnet. But at the same time, computer A communicates with computer B by using FTP. For these processes to receive data simultaneously, we need a method to label the different processes. In other words, they need addresses. In the TCP/IP architecture, the label assigned to a process is called a port address. A port address in TCP/IP protocol is 16 bits in length. Let us have a quick recap. We discussed what is a MAC address and its uses. We saw how logical address is used. We saw port address and its uses. To demonstrate a real-life example, let us consider someone from Amazon or Flipkart wants to deliver a packet to your house, right? The MAC address is the place of the region where you live. For example, suppose you are living in region A. The logical address is the address of your building or your house. So let us consider you live at house B in region A. But when the delivery person comes to your house, he wants that packet to get delivered to you specifically because that packet is ordered by you. Therefore, C is the address which is used to deliver that packet to you. And that is why all the three addresses are important in computer network. In the next lectures, we will see in detail what is an IP address, and we will see the working of IP address as well as different types of IP address.